Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Ready to hear the story?
The story. Kids are for life. When you have kids.
Yes.
I look at Boss Lady Millie here. She's with child, little baby Bevan in the stomach there.
We've nicknamed him Bevan.
Yep.
I don't think that will be his name.
And, you know, when that little baby is born, you don't imagine what it's going to be like when it's 30. Or, you know, you just don't imagine.
But you're never free of the emotional tug.
No, never.
In a beautiful way and an exhausting way.
Yeah, and I can't imagine what it would be like not to be a dad. I've been a dad since I was 24 years of age, so I've got no idea. And there's nothing more satisfying when your kid, they're like a little rocket ship and they take off. And like my oldest is, he's taken off. My daughter's, he's taken off. My youngest.
My daughter, he's taken off.
My daughter, she's taken off. You know what I mean? My youngest, so he's still on the launch pad there.
But he's such a smart, quirky
He's a smart
guy.
kid, and he's not on the drugs. He's not on the ice pipe.
He's
so
studying at uni.
I'm thankful for that.
He's studying.
He's doing university, but he's got to get a job. You know, and he's quietly quit a few jobs around the place, or quietly been fired. I don't know.
They quietly quit him.
I said to him, but he's always got an answer for everything. He should be a lawyer, but his job seeking at the moment is not very good. And do you remember Crocodile Dundee 2, the second one? Mick Dundee's in New York.
Right,
and
vaguely.
This is how Mick Dundee goes into a pub to ask, because he's looking for work. This is how my son is looking for work.
Mick Dundee's the name, fairly new in town, looking for some kind of a job. Any suggestions? It's enough job hunting for one day.
That's him. And so I say to him, get up in the morning, look for a job. And I want to see the endeavours of this looking for a job.
And how does that approach? I mean, how is
this is what I've looked for today. This is what I've done. I said, good on you, mate. Okay, well, just keep, you've got to do a bit more than just yelling out into the ether, I'm looking for a job. And so last night we're at the dinner table and he says, what about if I became a parking inspector?
Oh, he's got you a beauty. Because you, of all the jobs in the world, that's the one job you would not want him to have.
And I said to him, mate.
They're your mortal enemies.
I said, you can't be a parking inspector because you're not an orphan.
Oh.
You've got parents who love you.
This
you
upsets
can't do
me
that
when you talk like
for
this.
a job. And then Helen said, yeah, you can't be a parking inspector because you'll get abused all day. And I said, and you'll get abused when you come home. And so I said, it is forbidden. You cannot do that job. So he's got me on a technicality. And he said, well, that's my lifelong dream, to be a parking inspector. And I said, really? He goes, yes, I've always wanted to be a parking inspector. I like the whole public order and people being in car parks for too long and overstaying their stuff. And I said, mate, no, you just...
He's just razzing you.
Yeah.
What if he did become a parking inspector? And I don't know why you have such a set against them. I should have one. I've been booked far more than you, and I don't mind. They're just doing a job. They're just feeding their families.
Doing a job. Have you seen that ad, the Westpac ad?
I know.
And
but
the banker comes out with a rep.
People appreciate.
And he goes, I'm just doing my job. Me too, not you. Yeah. No, they're not doing a job. There's no job there.
Well, people have to do stuff. They get paid. People do things for money. So you really would not want him, would you forbid him for being a parking inspector?
It is forbidden.
Wow.
It is forbidden.
Wow. So every day, get a job. You'll go home every day. It's written, I applied to be a parking inspector.
And he said, I'm going to set up a no parking zone outside our house.
Got you a beauty, Brendan.
It's 5 to 7. He should be a lawyer. The kid should be a lawyer or a politician.
I want to hear what happens. I should try and get him a job as a parking inspector. I've paid so many parking fines.
Here's a story arc.
Yeah, I get your son a job as a parking inspector.
That would be great.
Leave it with me.